Hello guys! So this is our last crash course here in Organic Chem. Ang topic natin guys dito ay ang huling compound class, which is amines. Okay, so let's begin guys. Tandaan ha, this is the last crash course video and hopefully class, pagdating nyo dito, naipon na yung mga reactions na natutunan nyo from the previous lessons. Okay, so let's begin. So ito guys, ulit ha, this is the last time you're gonna see our organic PPs no, from 1 to 10. So congratulations talaga if you already reach this point na nanonood na kayo for our last lesson. So guys, our topic is on amines. Ito class, ang ating subtopics for amines. Again, meron na naman tayong additional topics guys na wala sa manual. So please take down notes. So we will discuss about synthesis and nomenclature of amines, interesting amines, and eto na guys yung nasa manual, structure and properties, and the reactions. So, okay, simulan na guys natin. So recall guys, yung mga reactions natin last time no, sa mga previous crash courses natin, kung ano ba mga reactions yung nag-produce ng amines. Amines can be primarily produced from reduction. So recall, if you have a kung meron kayong nitrobenzene or you have a nitro compound, sa nitrobenzene kasi natin guys ginamit to if you remember. So you can use hydrogen with palladium, iron, and HCl or tin and HCl to produce a primary amine. Also guys, kakatapos lang na chapter natin, carboxylic acids and derivatives, where we included nitriles. Nitriles can be reduced also to a primary amine. And of course, our amides. So if you have primary, secondary, tertiary amide, all of this can be reduced into their corresponding amines. So pag primary amide, primary amine, secondary amide, secondary amine, and of course, tertiary amide, tertiary amine. Okay, so guys, I really hope naalala nyo pa to. Hindi pa naman nalalayo yung mga lessons natin na tinapos natin or napag-usapan natin yung reduction reactions. And I hope guys, meron na rin kayong list ngayon, no? Aside from your list of OAs, oxidizing agents, dapat meron na rin kayong growing list ng reducing agents na mga RAs naman. Okay? Second way to synthesize an amine, ito guys, wala pa tayong gantong lesson before. This is called reductive amination. I hope guys you remember sa aldehydes and ketones, ang formation ng imine. So the first step for this reaction is nucleophilic attack. So our carbonyl compound will react with ammonia to form the intermediate imine. Na-mention na guys to dati. And then the second part here, the second step is reduction. Ma'am, ano pong reducing agent yan? I'll show you later. So upon the reduction guys of amine, mafo-form ang primary amine and naka-highlight dito ang new bonds. So guys, ito ang specific reagent to be used for reductive amination. This is sodium cyanoborohydride. So pakidagdag guys sa growing list yun ng mga RAs. Okay? So yan guys, ang second way natin to prepare or synthesize amines. Yung pangatlo guys, ito bago rin to. Nucleophilic substitution using nitrogen nucleophiles. One specific reaction is what we call Gabriel amine synthesis. This converts an alkyl halide, specifically methyl or primary alkyl halide, into a primary amine. So guys, ito ang ating nitrogen nucleophile. This is phthalimide. This is a nitrogen nucleophile na resonance stabilized. So the first step is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. That's why we specify na ito ay methyl or primary alkyl halide because this occurs via SN2 reaction. So this is the formation of the alkylated imide. And class, in the second step, hydrolysis will be the formation of the dicarboxylate byproduct. And of course, yung goal mo na i-produce na primary amine. Okay? So ayan guys, ang 3 ways or 3 reactions to produce amines. And dagdag guys sa sample problem, sa growing release din ng sample problems ninyo, answer this one. So nag-start tayo guys sa organic crash course 9, di ba? Na hindi ko na dinidiscuss sa crash course video yung answers. So it's already your job to answer the succeeding or the remaining sample problems. Okay? Homework yan guys ha. Please take note. Okay. So guys, now we move on to our second additional topic, ang naming naman. So as you know guys, we have two ways to name a compound. We have the systematic way, we have the IUPAC name, and the common name. So eto class, derived from methane, so we call this compound methanamine. However, ma'am, 'di ba, mas familiar yung common name. O nga eh. So ang common name naman guys, alkylamine. Similarly, 'di ba sa alcohols, alkyl alcohol. So dito ganun din. So we call this methylamine. Class, yung second example naman natin dito, cyclohexanamine, and the kanyang common name naman, cyclohexylamine. Okay? As a practice, guys, sagutan natin itong sample problem number 69. So given the following amines, let's give their systematic names. Yung first one, guys, ito ay 4-methylpentanamine. Kasi condensed yan. However, if you draw this, guys, no, using skeletal structures, at carbon 4, there is a methyl group in naka-parenthesis. So, 4-methylpentanamine. And then, guys, ito namang next natin na amine, secondary amine naman to. The name is N-methyl 2-propanamine. I hope guys you remember sa naming ng amides sa previous lesson lang natin that if nitrogen has a substituent, we specify that one. So here, the methyl group is attached to nitrogen. So N-methyl 2-propanamine. And finally, our tertiary amine here, the name will be N-ethyl and methyl. So there are two groups on nitrogen. So we specify that those groups N-ethyl and methyl cyclopentanamine. Okay, so guys please mag-practice properly sa naming kasi it's also an important part sa organic sa board exams ninyo. Okay, so guys, we move on naman sa another additional topic natin, ang mga interesting amines. Actually, you will find this data guys or information sa Smith. Okay, so let's have the first one. Ito guys, ay isang tertiary amine. O di ba tatlong methyl group yan. So kung ibibigay natin guys ang common name niya, this is trimethylamine. Alam niyo ba na ito guys yung amine na result ng breakdown ng mga fish proteins. Okay, breakdown upon action of enzymes. So kapag nag-breakdown yung mga fish proteins, common product ay trimethylamine. So ma-mention po ba yung dahilan kung bakit mabaho, kung bakit may foul odor ang mga fish na nabubulok na ganyan? Exactly. So nabubulok or bilasa, 'di ba? So ito guys yung common amine product nila. Okay, kaya class, kapag sinabing fishy smell, ayan, mabaho or foul smelling ang odor. Also guys, present sa rotting fish, no, itong next amines na papakita ko naman sa inyo. O pangalanan natin ha. So meron siyang 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. Diamine siya guys kasi yung parehong terminal carbon may amino group. So this amine is derived from butane. The name is butane 1,4-diamine. May common name siya guys. Okay, yung common name niya, putrescine. Okay, another diamine guys here, meron naman siyang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, pentane 1,5-diamine, aka cadaverine. These two diamines are also present in rotting fish. So alam niyo na, meron din silang kakaibang smell. And guys, in fact, present din sila sa semen, sa urine, at saka sa bad breath. Okay, so sila ay somehow responsible, partly responsible din sa characteristic odor ng mga nabanggit na examples. Okay, so pag nasa lab kayo at naka-encounter kayo ng amine, you should know what to expect ha. They have this characteristic fishy odor. Okay, another group of interesting amines are derived naman guys or based on the structure of histamine. Familiar ba guys tayo sa histamine? It is a rather simple triamine responsible for a wide variety of physiological effects. Histamine is a vasodilator, so it is released at the site of an injury or infection para mag-increase guys ng blood flow. It is also responsible for the symptoms of allergies. Ito guys meron ako ditong mga symptoms na ikaw ay nakaka-develop na ng allergy. So this will also include runny nose and watery eyes. Sa stomach din guys, ang histamine ay nag-stimulate naman ng secretion ng acid. So alam nating lahat kung ano ang effects guys or symptoms kapag tayo ay nakaka-develop ng forms ng allergies. Usually class, kapag hindi na natin kaya, no, we we tend to resort sa mga meds, sa mga gamot. So I hope alam nyo rin class kung paano ika-counteract itong effect no ng histamine because maybe meron kayong allergy. So alam nyo na class yung tawag sa mga drugs or compounds that are used to counteract histamines. Ang tawag sa kanila, of course, antihistamines. Antihistamines bind to the same active site of the enzyme that binds histamine in the cell, but they evoke a different response. Tulad class ng antihistamine fexofenadine. This inhibits vasodilation, so it is used to treat the symptoms of the common cold and allergies. Other examples of antihistamines are loratadine and cetirizine. Baka familiar kayo class, baka nakapag-intake na kayo ng mga antihistamines na po. Okay? And another group guys, ng interesting amines are the alkaloids. Alkaloids are naturally occurring amines from plant sources. So we have here atropine, nicotine, and coneine. So guys, reading assignment ninyo, itong mga alkaloids na po. Okay, so now, ito pa guys, ang last, no? Last na to ha, promise. Ito na ang last group ng interesting amines, ang mga compounds na derived from 2-phenylethylamine. Bakit? Bakit important guys tong group na to? A large number of physiologically active compounds are derived from 2-phenylethylamine. Some of these compounds are synthesized in cells and needed to maintain healthy mental function. We have here adrenaline, noradrenaline. So, ito guys, for sure familiar kayo. Ito, I'm not sure kung familiar, pero ito ay mga addictive substances. So we have here mescaline and methamphetamine. So guys, you will see na meron silang basic structure or basic nucleus ang 2-phenylethylamine. So ayan, kitang-kita natin, no, naka-red, naka-highlight in red yung kanilang basic structure. Also guys, baka familiar kayo sa dopamine, ang isang example guys ng neurotransmitter. Dopamine affects brain processes that control movement and emotions. So proper dopamine levels are necessary to maintain an individual's mental and physical health. For example, when dopamine-producing neurons die, the level of dopamine drops, resulting in the loss of motor control, symptomatic of Parkinson's disease. So baka guys familiar kayo sa information na to. Okay, so I included here dopamine kasi this is an important compound since this acts as a neurotransmitter. Okay, so ayan guys, so iniiwan ko na sa inyo na reading assignment ang iba pang mga interesting amines. So since guys, ito ay related somehow sa magiging lessons nyo sa biochem. Okay, so now let's move on class sa lessons na nasa manual natin. So I hope yung mga previous slides makapag-take down notes kayo. So let's now move on to the structure and properties of amines. Similar class sa alkyl halides at sa alcohols, ang carbon bonded to our group, the amino group, is sp3 hybridized. Okay? And yung group no on the carbon is an electronegative group. So ang halogen, ang OH, ang NH2, pare-pareho yan sila na electronegative. So may mga similar reactions kayong makikita class dito. When it comes to IMFA naman, mas malapit ang IMFA or ang strength ng IMFA ng alcohol sa amines because of the presence of H bonding. So ayan guys, meron tayo dito example ng comparison na naman, no? So we have here an ether, an amine, and an alcohol. So I told you, magkalapit yung kanilang yung strength ng IMFA nila. Although stronger, okay, yung H bonding capability ng alcohol as compared to one amine. On the other hand naman guys, baka isipin niyo lahat ng amines mag-exhibit ng H bond, hindi class. Walang H bonding sa tertiary amine. So you would see here, mababa ang kanyang boiling point. Okay, so yan guys ang striking feature ng amine at ang effect nito sa IMFA. Alright, so now let's look at another feature class ng amine. Of course, alam natin class basic ang mga amines na no because they are organic derivatives of ammonia. You remember class sa crash course 9 natin, di ba meron tayong topic doon kung saan inaalam natin which groups will intensify or will strengthen the acidic property of carboxylic acids. Dito guys, baliktad. We will look at groups, ito, yung mga groups na yan, that make amine more basic Okay, specifically make the amine more basic than aniline. So I hope plus naalala nyo pa yung EAS natin na spectrum of substituents or groups, yung OPA, HAHA. So eto guys sila, ito yung groups na yon. They are specifically election donor groups that make amine or any amine more basic than aniline. Okay, so yan guys ang kailangan yung tandaan just in case merong question about basicity of amines. So to properly introduce guys sa inyo kung paano ba nagkakaroon ng effect yung mga groups. Eto class ang factors to consider. So may 4 na effects at lahat yan guys ay familiar kayo kasi napag-usapan na natin yan sa mga previous crash courses natin. So, number 1 factor, via inductive effects. Alam natin na ang inductive effects guys nag-stem from the election negativity or polarizability of the group. Here, election donating groups, you saw the previous slide earlier, sila yun, they are bonded to nitrogen and they increase basicity. Second factor, resonance effects. If the lone pair on nitrogen will be delocalized, ibig sabihin class, mababawasan yung kanyang characteristic as being basic. Okay? Kasi class, tandaan ninyo ha, ang isang basic na species ay merong electron giving property, di ba? Kasi electron pair donor sila. So kaya dapat maunawaan natin yung resonance effects. Next, number 3, aromaticity. Having the lone pair on nitrogen as part of the aromatic pi system decreases basicity. Actually class related yung aromaticity sa resonance effect. Kasi 'di ba sa aromatic ring, delocalize ang pi election. So kung nababawasan class, 'di ba? Kung nababawasan yung characteristic ng amino group as being an election giving group kasi nagiging part ng aromatic ring yung lone pair ng nitrogen, nababawasan din ang kanyang basicity. And the fourth factor, hybridization effects. Increasing the percent S character in the orbital with the lone pair decreases basicity. O, di ba? Familiar din kayo dun sa S character. So guys, let's take a look sa 4 na yan. Inductive, resonance, aromaticity, and hybridization effects. So let's take a look. Ito mga examples you will find guys sa book. So under the first factor, inductive effects, so those amines, okay, na merong R group, syempre, they are more basic than ammonia. We know that R groups are election donating groups. So the more R groups present, the more basic the amine is. And then guys, yung resonance effect naman, so aryl amines are less basic than alkyl amines. Amides are much less basic than amines. Okay? Aromatic effect naman guys, or aromaticity factor, pyrrole is less basic than pyridine. Why? Yung lone pair na class ay part ng aromatic pi system. So hindi na nababawasan class yung basic character kasi hindi na fully okay part ng amino group yung kanyang lone pair. And last, hybridization effect, pyridine is less basic than piperidine. Why? Ang piperidine kasi class sp3 hybridized yung carbons niya. However, dito naman sa pyridine na less basic amine nga sp2 kasi class yung hybridization dito. Okay? Nitrogen, hindi carbon na yung nitrogen. Carbon na banggit ko kanina. So yung nitrogen in both of the compounds are sp3 and sp2, okay, yung nasa left, sp3 nasa right, yung kanilang hybridization respectively. Okay? So kahit naman na carbon pala, no, okay din lang kasi yung carbon, sp2 hybridized din siya sa pyridine at sp3 hybridized din siya class sa piperidine. Okay? Kaya class, yung nasa manual natin, ito yung example ko. So nandiyan na class ang aromaticity, resonance effects na rin. Comparison naman to ng pyridine at saka ng pyrrole. Okay, so ayan guys ang basicity na feature ng amines at yung mga factors to be considered. Now, syempre, kailangan may sample problem tayo. Rank the following amines in order of increasing basicity. I hope guys familiar kayo sa slide na to kasi ito meron tong equivalent sa organic crash course 9. Rank the following carboxylic acids in order of increasing acidity naman yon. Okay? So ito guys ang ating tatlong compounds. We have aniline, we have nitroaniline, and paramethyl aniline. So guys, lalagyan ko lang ng label kasi wala pala tong label. So itong aniline gawin nating letter A, Nitroaniline gawin nating B, methylaniline gawin nating letter C. Tandaan ha, election donating groups o yung mga groups sa EAS na activating sila class ang nagpapa-increase ng basicity ng amines. So dapat ang uunahin natin yung pinaka-weakly basic. And that will be B, para nitroaniline because of the nitro group. Kasi ito class ay hindi naman part ng activating groups o ng mga election donating groups. Second guys, syempre ang aniline kasi wala naman itong group, no? Siya nasa gitna. And finally class, ang pinaka-basic dito, itong may election donating group na methyl. Okay, so the correct answer is BAC. And to show you guys kung bakit ito nga yung arrangement natin, ito. So this is para nitroaniline, the lone pair on nitrogen is delocalized on the oxygen atom, decreasing the basicity of the amine. So para class na nakakapag-contribute pa no, sa resonance structure nito yung lone pair ng nitrogen. Thus, nade-delocalize yung lone pair. On the other hand naman guys, yung methyl group, since it's an alkyl group, alam natin ang mga alkyl groups, election donating group sila, they donate election density. Thus, nai-increase yung basicity naman ng aniline. Okay, so ayan guys. And congratulations, ito ang ating last sample problem sa lahat ng diniscuss natin guys sa organic chem. 70, biruin nyo, naka 70 tayo class. And yung ibang mga problems, most of the problems, nasagutan ko naman no, sa mga crash course video. So yung mga iniwan ko guys as your homework, sana sagutan ninyo. Kasi yun yung chance ninyo to practice what you learn in each lesson. Okay? Para guys, kapag nasa practice test na kayo, nasa eval exams, nasa mock exams, may maalala kasi nakapag-rehearse, nakapag-practice kayo. Okay? So guys, let's move on to the highlight of this topic, of this chapter, reaction. Nakamute na naman ako. Sorry guys. Na-hold ko yung button. So, reactions of amines guys, eto. So, ang amines, alam natin basic sila. Kakatapos lang natin. So, amines can act as bases. They can react with acids, of course. And then, alam din natin class from our previous lessons that amines can act as a nucleophile. It can attack an electrophilic carbon. Anong topics ba nakita natin yung property na yan ng amines? Siyempre, class sa Organic Crash Course 8, kung saan ang mga amines pwede mag-react sa aldehydes and ketones because of the electrophilic carbonyl carbon, and pwede rin class sa mga carboxylic acids and derivatives. Yun nga lang, ang reaction nila magkaiba. So for our aldehydes and ketones, we know that as nucleophilic addition. Remember this, ang formation class ng imine and enamine from primary amine and secondary amine respectively. So please recall this. And class, kapag carboxylic acids and derivatives naman, this is called nucleophilic substitution. So you would see guys na ito ay formation ng amides. Diba? Na-recall natin yung basic reactions ng amines as bases and as nucleophiles. Class, ito yung nasa manual natin. So we're done with number 1. Number 2, discuss natin ang elimination. And last but not the least, we will discuss reaction with nitrous acid. Amines, like alcohols, they also contain a poor leaving group. To undergo a beta elimination reaction, a primary amine would need to lose the elements of ammonia. The leaving group, NH2, is a strong base. Thus, hindi kasi nag-occur itong reaction na to. Ayan, no? O, diba? Kasi nga, pwede mag-lose nga ng NH3. However, hindi naman ito possible because NH2 is such a strong base, hindi class ito good living group. So ma'am, paano po ang elimination ng amines? The only way around this obstacle is to convert the amino group into a better living group. The most common method to accomplish this is via the Huffman elimination, which converts an amine into a quaternary ammonium salt prior to beta elimination. So guys, ito ang reagents ng Huffman elimination. So please remember, idagdag guys ninyo sa growing list ng reaction bank ninyo. Okay, reaction bank yung tawag ko kasi iniipon. Iniipon nyo guys sa mga alam nyo dapat na reagents and reactions. Okay? So pag-usapan natin guys ang Hoffman elimination. So ito ang mga examples. Cyclohexylamine, yan, yung kanyang converted na siya class into a cycloalkene. 2-phenylethylamine, converted na rin siya into one alkene. So you would find guys the double bond forming again sa pagitan ng alpha and beta carbons. Keep in mind na ito class ang 3 steps sa Hoffman elimination. So if you want to know the mechanism guys, please feel free to read our references. So in this video, hindi na natin i-elaborate pa yung mechanism. Kasi class, alam na natin kung paano ang elimination. Specifically, E2 elimination, yung may geometry na anti-periplanar dapat yung beta hydrogen with the living group class. Ito ang mechanism ng Hoffman elimination. So guys, i-practice natin tong example na to. So in this example, mag-undergo siya ng Hoffman elimination. We will predict the alkenes na mapoproduce niya. Okay? So class, remember, the carbon bearing the amino group is our alpha carbon and meron tayong 2 groups of beta carbons here. So itong isa class, pangalanan natin as beta 1 and then the other 2 which are equivalent, let's put there beta 2. Okay? So baka bigla niyong isipin, Mitch, 'di ba may lesson na tayo about elimination before where the major product is the more stable product, kung saan yung alkene ay more substituted. If you remember class, we studied Zaitsev rule, 'di ba? Sa mga past elimination reactions natin. However class, different yung story here for Hoffman elimination. Tingnan nyo. So yan, ang dalawang alkene products niya. And you would see class na ang major product dito ay baliktad yung disubstituted alkene, yung lesser ang substitution on the double bond. Bakit kaya yan ang major product? It's because here in Hoffman elimination, the base removes a proton from the less substituted, more accessible beta carbon because of the bulky living group na nasa alpha carbon. Okay? So class, tandaan, Hoffman elimination does not follow Zaitsev rule. Hindi ito katulad ng mga previous eliminations na nakita natin. Okay? So please keep this in mind. Okay? Second reaction, guys, are the reaction of amines with nitrous acid. Okay? Ma'am, nasa po yung nitrous acid dyan? Ang nitrous acid, guys, ay unstable acid that can be produced in C2 using sodium nitrite and hydrochloric acid. So here we have the reaction of a primary amine para makaproduce ng alkyl diazonium salt, secondary amine forming, and nitrosoamines. Yung alkyl diazonium salt class, alam nyo, very popular tong salt na to, no? Kasi may good living group to na nitrogen. However, class, unstable kung ang diazonium salt ay from an alkyl amine lang. However, if you use an aryl amine and convert that into an aryl diazo or diazonium salt, it's a very good target, guys, as a synthetic intermediate. Bakit? Kasi class, ito ay pwedeng mag-undergo ng substitution at coupling reactions o class. Kapag nag-undergo ng substitution reactions ang aryl diazonium salt because nitrogen is a good living group, it can form a phenol, an aryl halide, ayan, acyano compound, okay, or a nitrile, at saka pwede ring benzene lang, okay, dahil good living group naman ang nitrogen. So in fact, if you will read books, they sometimes call this the Sandmeyer reactions. On the other hand, guys, ang mga aryl diazonium salts ay pwede rin mag-form ng mga azo compounds via coupling reaction. So you'll also find this, guys, sa manual natin. You should copy class itong reaction na substitution, yung mga Sandmeyer reactions. Kasi kapag nag-answer kayo ng mga problems na tungkol class sa synthesis, no, at nandyan yung mga aromatic compounds, might as well magagamit nyo itong mga to. Okay? Kasi this will introduce new groups on the aromatic ring since our nitrogen N2 is a good living group. Okay? So ayan guys, ang last set of reactions na inaaral natin dito sa organic chem natin. Okay? So guys, makikita ko sana kayong lahat, sana makita ko kayong lahat sa darating natin na discussion. Okay, so class, ang organic chem together with biochem will comprise 30%, 15 plus 15 ng chemist licensure exam scores ninyo. So please do not take this for granted. Araling maigi, okay, para pumasa, para maging mataas ang score sa board exams. And please guys, do not forget our schedule. Aside from our live discussions, do not forget our schedule for the upcoming eval exam for organic biochem and syempre yung mock exam natin. Because we will discuss our mock exam items in our final coaching sessions. Our final coaching sessions are all synchronous that you have to attend. Okay? They will not be recorded. Dapat present kayo mismo class sa araw ng final coaching. It's a big deal. So there's no problem if you have been doing at if you have been attending our live classes. Sanay na kayo, walang problema. But for those na umaasa guys sa mga recorded sessions for some reason, sana guys umattend kayo sa mga synchronous discussions, sa synchronous final coaching sessions. Okay, it's very important that you are present there para class malaman ninyo what are the solutions and answers sa mga mock exam items, because as we keep on saying guys, 'di ba, from the start pa lang, our practice test items, eval exams, mock exams are already a result of our compilation of the previous board exam questions na recurrent, umuulit class. Okay, so I really hope that you will do your best sa last sa mga remaining weeks natin guys sa review. Okay, so hopefully class we'll see each other sa mga susunod na classes natin. Okay, goodbye and good luck with your PT submissions sa Organic Chem.